the behind the curtain of your reaction to seeing all that go down live?
Well, like the coolest part is I hosted the press conference at Fanatics Fest, and like I saw a different Mike Tyson. Mike wasn't necessarily ramping up at that point. The dude you saw last night was grimy. Like the dude you saw last night was from NY. He was from Brownsville. It was a whole different feeling. And like you don't let somebody fake slap you. Like having a conversation that, hey, yeah, when you come out here, you're going to slap me and we're going to build the fight. That's not a thing that happens. And the way that Mike attacked Jake Paul, I believe he means business. I believe this is serious. Like pit bulls bite, period. You ever walk into a house and you see the dog and everybody's like, nah, he's docile, he don't bite, but you keep looking at him knowing that he got an issue? That's Mike Tyson. And for the first 3 rounds of this fight, even though it's only 8 rounds at 2-minute rounds apiece, Jake Paul better run. Because if at any point he wants to make this look like a real thing, he wants to make this look like he really wants to be in the ring with Mike Tyson, the old dog still can hunt. And I believe he can knock Jake out.
RC, you have no idea how much I'm praying that you are right. I do not want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out. I really, really don't. I'm proud at how his life has evolved and, you know, and all of this stuff after all that he's been through. I don't wish this brother to get knocked out. But, yo, fellas, he's 31 years older than Jake Paul. 31. Do y'all understand? I'm going to put this in perspective. I was just telling somebody here in studio in L.A. this. Do y'all know more than 20 years ago, Mike Tyson got dropped in a fight from sheer fatigue? Wasn't even hurt, but still extended his hand to reach out for the referee to help him up. He actually had a second there where he was looking for the referee to help him up because he was so tired, you understand, that he could barely get up. That was 20 years ago. So if that was you 20 years ago, what am I supposed to believe about you now? Now, in the case of Jake Paul, I'm conflicted because I know he's obnoxious and he can get on a lot of people's nerves and all of this other stuff. And I get that part. And you got a lot of people that want to see him get knocked out. Cam, let me tell you something about Jake Paul, you two, L and RC, that this is where my conflict is. A lot of folks would like to see him get knocked on his ass, no doubt about it. But there's a flip side to this. Because of what promoters have done to the sport of boxing, denying us the opportunity to see fights when we want to see them, what Jake Paul has done for the sport of boxing in terms of showing you could go out there without a damn promoter, promote the damn fight yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And do your thing.
Yeah.
That assists potentially in taking the hands of the sport out, taking the sport out of the hands of the promoters. So in that regard, I root for Jake Paul. I truly, truly do. But in the end, he's 31 years younger. I'm sick and tired of him fighting either non-boxers, strikers, basketball players, or boxers with no punch or whatever. I want to see him go up in there against somebody relatively his age that actually box for a living. If he's going to call himself a boxer, this is the closest that he's gotten to it. And I have no doubt if Mike Tyson catches anybody, he could put him out. I just don't know if he will. I think he's just too old.
Yeah, it's not even the closest. He did fight Tommy Fury, right? And that was a split draw. Here's my thing. Yeah. RC mentioned, you know, the dog, and if you ever look at a dog, I'm like, is that dog a senior citizen? Because Stephen A. is right. Like, I think the only reason maybe this goes a few rounds is because Jake Paul is the promoter, and he wants people to feel like they got their money worth. But that fight you're talking about, Stephen A., was to Kevin McBride in 2005. Yes. And the same thing that I think is going to happen tonight is what happened then. Mike comes out. He's got so much aggression. He's throwing punches. He looks powerful. And then he completely ran out of steam and quit and had to take a TKO. So while you don't want to see a KO tonight, would you be okay with a TKO?